I'll place it here, and I'll change this to probably 30 pixels. That's good. Now for number 1, you see it gives a junk number for width. You want to change that. Let me go back to 0. 50 is too much. Okay, so it'll occasionally give you a junk number, so you will always have to change that. Now for number 1, drag it over number 1, change the width to the space of the number 1, which appears to be about 30. Do this for number 2. Number 3, number 4, number 5, and so on. And just keep doing this. It can take a while, especially if you have upper and lower capitals and punctuation for your font. So this time can be very time consuming. So once you have made it so each letter or number is covered, even though I didn't finish this, save it as an FNT file. There's no other option anyway. So let's just save it as cal. Save it. Go back to your Mugen folder. Take the cal font and either drop it into your Mugen.1 data folder, well, data Mugen.1, or either you can drop it into your fonts folder if I have one, which I do. Just drop it in here, and that's it. I'm gonna just delete this since I don't need it. And make sure in your Mugen definition file, for your fight definition file, you have it changed to whatever it was. It was cal FNT. So then just save it, and voila. And you should have the font just as is. Now remember, I said that the font either needs to be paletted or it needs to glow. If it's a glowing font, go to, let's say, I'm just going to pretend that that went into the clock font. To get it to glow, what you would need to do is reference the font. I told you how to do that. Let me see. It was 7, so I'll just change it to 7. And it is a glowing font. Glowing numbers font, the clock has to be black, so it appears to be glowing. So let me quickly go into the third type of font, since I don't really need to teach you how to make a full numbers font. A full font. A full font would just have letters, numbers, and punctuation, uppercase and lowercase, and you would do the same thing you did before, and it could be glowing, or either it could be a non-glowing font. So now that I've showed you how to do that, let me show you how to make the third type of font. And I think I already have one up that I could quickly show you. Okay, so let's say you want to exchange the letters of a font for images. That would allow you to do some really cool things. And I have 2 instances where I've done this. I've actually done this for my preview, well, the Rush 2049 Screenpack, but I'm doing it for my current Screenpack, but I'm also going to do it for the combo font, which is why I had an R sitting down here in the combo section. That's why I have an R here. let's see if I can find the font. So, yeah, these two are images that will become fonts. And I obviously need to rename this or either delete it. So I don't get confused again. But anyway, so instead of having the word total hits appear right here, which is what you could have, it usually says hits or rush or there's another word that's used, but you could use anything, including slaps or something. But instead of having text appear, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this image appear. And so in Font Factory, I have this as the letter R. So every time the letter R would show up, you would actually have this image. Now the numbers for the amount of hits that happen in a combo will appear inside this little circle. So I have a numbers font somewhere. Okay, so these are the numbers that will appear in this circle. So I have two separate fonts, a numbers font, and I have a font to image, well, image to font, or however you want to call it. But so you can pretty much see what I did here, but there are other instances where you would want to use something like that. The only reason why I'm using it here is because it just doesn't have an option to use an image instead of text. So I had to find a way around it, which would be just to turn an image into text. Now the other place that you could use this would be in the system definition file, which I haven't gone into yet. And this image down here is the font for the main menu. And what it actually looks like is, and this is actually quite large, and you see it doesn't touch the bottom going all the way down. It could be because I might have to hide wrong. Like the first time, I don't know why it wasn't right the first time, since this font was completed. Okay, so now that it looks like I have everything covered, including all parts of the glow, make sure that there's nothing down here that is glowing and not covered. It's covered at the top. You can't really do anything about the space at the top to avoid problems like this. Make sure you cut the font as close as possible to the you want to basically crop it, which is in Photoshop or some of the image editing program. What you would do is crop it close as possible to the actual font. So this had a little bit too much space, so what I should probably do is just go image crop, and there would be less space up here. But anyway, so after you make your font, you want to just go probably A, B, C, D, and so on. And what you would do is in your definition file for the system, which I really shouldn't be showing you, but I'm going to show you anyway just so I can finish this tutorial, would be down here in your screen definition section. As you can see, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, and K all are for exit options, watch, training, survival, team co-op, and such. But it looks like I don't have exit